welcome to Lemon Tea Talks, the podcast that creates a safe place for followers of Christ to talk about things that people are scared to talk about. So today I want to talk about healthy men and women. I don't think that most women are ready for a healthy man in his full masculinity. Healed and healthy men choose wisely, and they do not put up with any shenanigans, and they will silently be done. They might not tell you that they're done, but their actions will. Grown, healed men want peace. They know how to maintain peace, and they will reject any woman that comes to disturb their peace. This includes having a woman around him that does not dress modestly. I mean, every man is different, and some men don't mind how women dress or the attention that comes with the way they dress. But other men, they don't want that attention because it's going to disturb their peace and the order in their home. So if they're continually telling you things and you reject it, they're just going to let you go. They'll look at you as you're not compatible with them. So this is not the person that they can spend an entire life with. And to be honest, that is how both healthy men and healthy women operate. They date to find compatibility, and instead of arguing and fighting and trying to change people, if they see the other person as not being compatible for a peaceful life, they'll just let them go. And that's because they're not selecting from a place of need or validation, because they're already whole. So if someone does not fit their lifestyle to the point where it's going to disturb their peace, they're just going to let them go. I think that a lot of women think confidence in a man is loud and boastful, because true confidence in a man is when he knows his worth, he knows who he is, he knows his purpose, and he's working towards his goals. Men like that don't want any shenanigans whatsoever. A true confident man does not have to proclaim that he's confident and does not have to proclaim that he's the head, because he just is, and it goes without saying. One of my favorite sayings are, ValuE doesn't beg. ValuE does not beg. When you turn on the TV, you don't see advertisements for Porsche and Ferrari. You see them for BMW, Peugeot. ValuE doesn't beg. The thing that I love about a man who's walking in his true masculinity is that he will make a woman feel so safe and so relaxed. When you hear all these posts about if you're in a relationship with a real man, you'll start behaving like a little girl, it is true. Because when you feel so safe and relaxed with him, he just brings out the innocence in you. You're just like, you're just like all doting and all happy because you feel safe and you're not walking in your defense. All you can be is feminine, and that's all he wants from you. He wants you to dote on him, to never doubt him, and just to admire him. And he will create that safe place for you to do exactly just that. This doesn't mean that you'll never disagree, but you may never argue. Know the difference. Here's a word of advice, ladies. If you really want to get married, and I'm talking to obviously someone that you're equally yoked with, a good man, not just anybody, but if you find that man, that one, and you really want to get married to him, just be feminine. Be the most feminine that you can be, because if he's a good man, he will create that safe place for you to do that. Be so feminine when he does something for you. Just be like, oh baby, thank you so much. Be so feminine, just dote on him, if he's got a little bit of fluff on his face, wipe it off, look at him in his eyes, and just admire that man and celebrate him. Every time he does something, say, oh my gosh, I'm so... But obviously, this has to be genuine. I'm not trying to teach you how to manipulate people. This has to come from a genuine place, like you genuinely love that man. Be feminine. Don't let this world fool you into being any form of masculine. God made masculine and he made feminine, and they coexist perfectly. That whole feminine energy will only work on a man that is in his true masculinity, because if he's got all these other equations going on, then he's just going to see you as competition and it won't work. And once you experience that true masculinity, you will never want anything different unless you yourself also have equations going on, which you'll need to work on. Anyway, that's all I have to say today. I'm Lemon from Lemon Tea Talks.
what do you want in a woman? That's the thing.
Play some sad music.
Work it move.
What I want out of my woman is compassion. I want peace. I want pleasure. I want a woman that's in her soft girl energy. I want a woman that's in her divine femininity, and a woman that's okay with me leading. She trusts my leadership. She doesn't walk down this path blindly, but at the same time, she trusts the direction that I'm going. I want a woman that can multiply me, that makes me feel like I'm 8 feet tall when I walk out of that building. I'm very, very clear of the type of woman I want. I want a woman that reminds me of my mother. I want a woman that reminds me of all the good in women. I want a woman that is emotionally intelligent enough that when we have a problem or we have a disagreement, that she doesn't have to call me out of her name to communicate herself effectively. Hey, come on, man. You asked a question. I want a woman that will not allow herself to succumb to her own emotional duress that makes her overlook logic. Okay? I want a woman that wants more out of life, that's in the same mindset of me, of generational wealth and leaving these kids more than a bill when we pass. That's the kind of woman I want. And once I find her, it ain't gonna be too much. I'm going to get the ring, whatever carat she want. I'm gonna wait till she sleeps so I can measure her ring finger, and I'm coming up step.